Complaining, is it holding you back at work? Is it preventing progress for your team at work? Complaints have an energy to them. When you or other people are complaining frequently, it brings a certain vibe and energy to the environment that you're working in. And that's why it's important to really be cautious and aware about how much you complain. It's not that we're trying to be all rainbows and sunshine. Sometimes we have valid complaints. But it's important to notice if you are somebody who is regularly complaining and bringing that energy into conversations, it really can contribute to a negative work environment. So listen to yourself. Can you reframe or reword what you were going to say to be more positive? I do this a lot. I will say something and then I will pause and I will hear it and I will think, why did I say it like that? I didn't actually mean it to sound as negative as it did. So notice what you're saying and then see if you can reframe or reword what you say to be more positive. Listen to that voice in your head. Is it negative? If you've got constant negativity playing in your head, you're going to feel like somebody's nagging you all the time. So work on your inner voice and retrain it so that you have a positive voice speaking to you that will help you speak more positively around others. Just take a minute and think about what you want to say before you bring it up. If you're really annoyed or frustrated about something, just pause, give it a second, and do some self-regulation. Maybe take a breath, go for a walk, then re-examine it. Does it still need to be brought up? And if so, is there a way that you can bring it up that is less negative and negatively impacting on the others that you're speaking to? Okay, let's try this. I'm going to give you a couple of phrases and I want you to pause, put the video on pause if you need to, and think about how you could say it differently. These are things we hear all the time. Either we say it or we hear other people say it. How about this first one? The weather is terrible today. How could you say that differently? What might you say instead? Pause and try it. Let's try another one. This commute sucks. People are so rude. What could you say or think differently? How about this one? I really hate that person. They're always talking in meetings. They never say anything important. They drive me crazy. How about this one? What the hell? That person has an easy life. Or what about this? I cannot believe I have to work late again. I am always the one having to work late. It may seem silly, but if you practice trying to make small adjustments to these things that we say and hear all the time, it actually can help you be less of a complainer. So what happens if you have a legitimate complaint and you need to bring up a problem or a concern? Concisely summarize the issue. Don't go on and on about it. Try to take some of the emotion out of it. Just state the facts in the simplest way you can. Don't talk about people, talk about a problem. What tends to happen is we'll bring somebody or their personality into it. So we'll say things like, Jamie in the accounting department is so hard to work with. They have all these rules and regulations and 14 forms to fill out just to get the simplest things done. And another way to handle that would be to say, the accounting department has a lot of forms and procedures that we need to follow, and it's inefficient for some of our simpler tasks. Could we take a look at how we might modify that? Could we take a look at how we might improve that process? You leave Jamie out of it. Don't make it personal. And think about the outcome. When you're bringing up a problem, think about what would be the ideal solution and how might we reach that solution. Instead of saying, Jamie, the accounting department, somebody else needs to fix something or make something better, think about how you could collaborate, who and what resources are needed to effectively reach a solution that works for the most people. And last but not least, when you've got a complaint or a problem that you want to raise, think about other alternatives and perspectives. Can you gather facts and data, bring those things into consideration so that this isn't just one person's point of view and opinion, but you show that you've actually taken into consideration multiple perspectives, opinions, and data? When you're leading and you have a complainer on your team or your team environment seems to be really stuck in complaints, set the tone and model the behavior. If you're complaining, your team is going to complain too. So you really have to work on how you present information, call out good behavior. When someone raises an issue correctly, when they are going through and being concise and not making it personal and bringing in other facts and data and talking about the ideal outcome, show that, talk about that, lift that up so that people understand that's the right way to raise an issue without complaining and working towards an optimal solution. Call out bad behavior, stop complaints in the moment, and coach during your one on ones if you have somebody who tends to complain more than other individuals. Be sure to empower the team to solve their problems. So, one of the reasons that people complain a lot is because they don't feel like they have any power or ability to do anything to make a difference. If you help your team feel heard and seen, if you help them find the right solutions and you give them the power to solve problems, a lot of your complaints will go away. And importantly, don't let them drop the problems at your feet. Encourage people to participate in resolving the issues and concerns that they have in the workplace. Lead yourself, then lead others. Be a boss.